Hello everyone, I welcome to all in this lecture. In the previous lecture, I have discussed about tachometric surveying, about instrument, different types of or different system of tachometric measurements, principle of Stydia method, and then I have derived the formula to calculate the horizontal distance between instrument to the staff, horizontal distance between instrument station to the staff by using the tachometric instrument. And we got the formula, if you remember, K is cos square theta plus C cos theta, where K and C, are constant, or we can say also instrument constant. Okay, theta is the inclination, theta inclination with the horizontal. Okay, and D is the horizontal distance between, in the figure, P to Q, horizontal distance between P to Q. In the figure also you can see T is equal to K S cos square theta plus C cos theta. And vertical distance also we have derived, that is K is sine 2 theta divided by 2 plus C sine theta, right? When the declination with the angle theta, so what you can do, you can convert theta with the minus theta and you will get the formula. So in case of declination, cos theta is equal to cos minus theta. So D will be not change, but V will change. So V will become minus V. Okay. And also I've discussed how we can calculate the elevation of Q if elevation of P is given, right? Now, we will start this lecture from staff is normal. So we can calculate the distance, horizontal distance between 2 points on the ground by using the tachometric instrument when by keeping the staff normal. A staff normal means normal to the line of sight. Normal to the line of sight. So you can, in the figure you can see here, like this is the instrument, central stydia. You can see this staff we kept normal. This is 90 degree. This is here. This is 90 degree. Okay. So we can say this staff is not vertical. This staff is normal to the line of sight. So in this case, how we can calculate horizontal distance between P to Q, and how we can calculate the vertical distance between instrument axis to instrument to the this central stydia that you can see in the figure, V and D. So we have to calculate D and V. Now, see this central stydia, that is inclination is theta with the horizontal, that you can see in the figure. This angle is theta with the horizontal. So we can say also angle CM and C dash, that is theta. So if angle CM C dash is theta, so we can say that angle this one is also theta, because this is normal. So you can calculate by trigonometric relation. So we'll get this angle theta. Okay. So now distance between this M to C dash is L cos theta. We can write if like this. This length is L, that is M to C, and this is C dash. This angle is theta. So we can write this L cos theta, or we can write CC dash L sin theta. Am I right? Yes. Now this angle, I'm talking about this triangle. So this triangle, what is the distance between center stydia here to Q? So this we call R. Generally we denoted by R. So now we have this. This distance is R, and this angle is theta. So what we can write this one? This we can write R sine theta, and this we can write R cos theta. So you can see in the figure also you can see this we have written R cos theta, and here this one is R sine theta. So now distance between horizontal distance between P to Q will be summation of L cos theta of R sine theta. So we can write here D is equal to L cos theta plus R sine theta, right? And we can write here L sine theta. Now we can use some relation, like see here along the L, if you are measuring the distance L between M to C, and that is parallel to the line of sight. So we can apply the distance equation formula, that is, we have distance equation formula first, me right? So distance equation formula, what we have? D is equal to Ks plus C, right? Now, in this case, D is L, K is constant, S. So it we can write S only, and that is C. So L we can write Ks plus C. Now we can calculate D, that is L cos theta plus R sin theta. Put the value of L, so we will get Ks plus C into cos theta plus R sin theta, right? Similarly, we can calculate the V also. So V we can write L sin theta. Put the value of L, that is Ks plus C. So Ks plus C sin theta, right? So now we have the D and V in the case of when the staff is kept normal to the line of sight. Now, suppose elevation of P is given, so we can calculate elevation of Q. So elevation of Q will be equal to elevation of P. Once you are saying elevation of P means you are here at this point. Now we will add H. This is a horizontal line. So elevation of P plus H, we got the elevation of this point, C dash. Now we will add the V. So by adding the V, we will get the elevation of C. We will get the elevation of C. Now we want to calculate the elevation of Q. So that is vertical distance between C to Q is R cos theta. So we will deduct R cos theta. So finally we can write here elevation of P plus H plus V minus R cos theta. Elevation of P plus H, this is called instrument height of instrument or elevation of instrument axis. So we can say height of instrument axis. So once height of instrument axis is given, it means elevation of P plus H is given, right? So now in the case of when the staff is kept normal, so we can apply the D is equal to Ks plus C cos theta plus R sin theta. To calculate the V, we can use this formula Ks plus C into sin theta. Now, this is the case of depression with angle theta. So in this case also we can calculate, suppose this the distance is L. So L we can write Ks plus C, or D we can write here L cos theta. So L cos theta, see in this case L cos theta, at this distance we have to deduct, because we want to calculate the distance, horizontal distance between P to Q. So this will be L cos theta minus R sin theta. But we can write Ks plus C cos theta minus r sine. By putting the value of theta with minus theta, also you will get these relations. Okay, now we can calculate VL sin theta and Ks plus C to sin theta. Now in this case, we can calculate the elevation of Q. So elevation of Q is equal to elevation of P plus H. Now we got the elevation of C dash by writing elevation of P plus H. So we will deduct V by deducting R cos theta again. We will get the elevation of Q. So this is the Q formula you can apply by calculating the horizontal distance and vertical distance between 2 points and between the instrument station to the stop station. Let's discuss some numerical problem. A tachometer was set up at a station A and the reading on the vertically held stop at B were 2.25, 2.605, 2.955. So let me write here, given instrument set up at A and staff at B, right? And that is vertically, stop gate vertically, right? That is given S is equal to 2.255, S2 is given 2.605, and S3 is given 2.955. The line of sight being at a station inclination plus means inclination 8 degree 24 minute. So theta is given 8 degree 24 minute. Okay. Now another observation on the vertically stop held stop at benchmark gave the reading 1.640, 1.920, 2.200. The inclination of the line of sight is 1 degree 6. Then calculate horizontal distance between A and B and the observation, and the elevation of B if the RL of bending benchmark is given. So RL of benchmark is given 418.685 meters. The constant of the instrument were 100 and 0.3, means this is given like, yeah, given K is equal to 100 and C is equal to 0.3. So first, let's solve this horizontal distance between A to B. So suppose A station, we keep the instrument right here. This is A, and at some point this is B. We keep stop it vertical. So this is H1, H2, H3 is given. Now according to given, this is, yeah, this is H1, this is H1, H2, H3, right? See, what we can calculate? We can calculate horizontal distance between A to B by using the distance equation formula for the when the stop is kept vertically. So for that, we have to calculate a stop intercept. So a stop intercept, that is S3 minus H1, we denote by S, 2.955 minus 2.255. What you are getting? 0, 0. 0.7. Right. Now we can apply the formula. What formula we have? K is cos square theta plus C cos theta, where K is 100 into 0.7 into cos square 8 degree 24 minute plus 0.3 cos 8 degree 24 minute. Finally, by solving, we will get the value, that is, you will get this value is 68.80. 68.80 meter. So one part we have to calculate horizontal distance between A to B, that we have calculated at 68.80. Now we have to calculate the elevation of B if the RL of benchmark is given. Benchmark is given, RL of benchmark is given. The constant of instrument is again constant, it's same for both the section because same instrument we are using. Okay, so for that, what we can calculate? See here, let us say somewhere like aim is here, benchmark is here. Okay. Yes. And we kept stuff here. And from this point, the reading are different. Because in this case, this inclination is different. That is 1 degree 6 minute. And here S1, S2, S3 reading are different. So for that, we can calculate for this, we can calculate S, that is 2.2 minus 1.640. So we can calculate S here for this case. And for now, we can calculate V. We can calculate V. So after calculating the V, what we can calculate? We can calculate the elevation of A. We can calculate elevation of A. Instrument axis of, we can calculate the elevation of instrument axis A, and that we can use for the B. So we can calculate the RL of B also. Are you getting my point? So what we have calculated so far, horizontal distance between A to B. Now calculate the vertical distance, that is V. For this case, calculate V also and see what we are getting. So what is the formula for V? K is sine 2 theta divided by 2 plus C sine theta. Right? Now we have a K, that is 100 into S 0.7 into sine 2 into 8 divided by 2 plus 0.3 sine. Calculate this value and what you are getting, tell me. So we'll get this value, that is 10.160. 10.160. Now we can develop a relation between instrument RL of instrument axis to the B. So what we can write here? Elevation of B. Just remember the formula, or you can write the formula also, like elevation of B. So what will be? Elevation of P plus H. This is inclination. So there is plus V minus what? Minus R. So now this distance, elevation of P plus H, we can write elevation of instrument axis. V we have calculated, that is 10.160 minus R. What is R here? R is the reading of central stadia wire. So R is given, that is 2.605. 2.605. So we have to calculate. Okay. So we have to calculate elevation of B. So for that, we have to calculate elevation of instrument axis, that is A. Okay. So just give the name. This is equation first. This is the first equation. Okay. Now, just note down what are the data is given. So now second case, instrument at A and staff is held at BM. And what is reading for that? S1, S2, S3 are given. Okay. So we can calculate the V, that is vertical distance. So V we can write for this formula Ks into sine 2 theta divided by 2 plus C sine theta. Sine theta. Now, like just draw the figure. This is A and this is somewhere BM. Okay, so I'm applying for the formula for the second case. So now, same instrument we are using here. So that constant will be same. So 100 into S. What is S? Staff, intercept. So just write the reading between 2.2 minus 1.64. 2.2 minus 1.640. This is S. Nice. Now sine 2 theta. 2, what is the theta here? 1 degree. 1 degree 6 minutes. So 1 degree 6 minutes. Divide by 2 plus 0.3, that is instrument constant, sine 1 degree. So we'll get this value. I'm writing directly. You can calculate also. 1.081 meter. So now we can develop the relation like between the elevation of A to benchmark. So we can write here elevation of benchmark plus, let me write directly, elevation of instrument axis plus V minus R. Now we can see that elevation of benchmark is given. We have to calculate elevation of instrument axis. So elevation of instrument axis, that will be elevation of benchmark, that is given. What is given? 418.685. 418.685 minus V, that is 1.081 plus R. So what is R here? Reading of central steady here, that is 1.92. 1.92. So you will get this value, the elevation of instrument axis. So we will get this value is 419.524 meter. So this value we can put in equation 1 and you will get the elevation of V. We can get the elevation of V. So I'm writing directly here. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we can calculate the elevation of B, that is elevation of instrument axis. We have calculated 419.524 plus V. What is V here? We have calculated 10.160. 10.160 minus R in this case. In this case, minus R, okay, R was 2.605. 2.605. Now you will get the value, that is 427.0 0.79 meter. So instrument was set at the A, and first we have sighted towards B. When the shaft get vertically, we have taken reading S1, S2, S3. That inclination was 8 degree 24 second. Then we have calculated the horizontal distance and we have calculated the V. Now, for the other place where the BM benchmark was there, and we have set the, again we have kept the staff vertically at that point at BM, and we have taken the reading S1, S2, S3, that is 1.60, 1.640, 1.920, 2.200, and RL of benchmark was given, that is 418.685 meters. Instrument constant was given. So first we have calculated the D between A to B. Then we have calculated the V, and for that we have to know what is the elevation of instrument axis. So for that, reading is given when the staff is kept at BM. So we can calculate the elevation of P or instrument axis, and finally we can calculate the elevation of B. R is reading of central stygia. V is the vertical elevation from the horizontal axis, like horizontal line of sight to the inclined line of sight. Okay. Now the second question we have, determine the gradient from a point A to a point B from the following observation made with the tachometer fitted with an electric lens. The constant of the instrument was 100. See, in this case, constant of instrument was 100. So it is K. It is K. K is 100 here. But you can see C is not given. So we have to assume that C is 0. So we can write K is given 100 and C is 0. If C is not given, means 0. Okay. So instrument, when we set at P and start set at A, then we have taken the readings, bearings, vertical angle, staff reading, staff. When we kept at B, then we have taken the bearing, vertical angle, horizontal reading. So we have to calculate, determine the gradient between A to B. So what is the gradient? Suppose this point is A and this point is B, right? And it's talking about calculate the gradient. So gradient, it means it is the ratio between horizontal distance to the vertical distance. Suppose this is D and this is V. So we have to calculate gradient, means V by D. Are you getting my point? Okay. Now, see, all data is given. So we can calculate distance between P to A, distance between P to B. Can calculate? We can calculate distance between P to A. We can also calculate distance between P to B. Give the name DA and DB. We can say PA and PB. DPA, DPB. Distance between P to A, D. But we have to calculate distance between A to B. So how we can calculate? See, that we can calculate by using this bearing. What is the means bearing? So first, let's draw a figure. Yeah. Suppose this is north. This is south, east. For A, bearing is given 134 degree line. Suppose P is here. Suppose P is this one. This is P. So this is given 134. So where it will come? It will come around somewhere here. This is A. 134. Now, P to B. B, bearing of B is 224. So we can, it will come somewhere here. So this bearing is given. This is given 224. So now we can calculate angle between A, E, B. So we can calculate 224 degree minus 134. What we are getting here? 0 and 9. Means 90 degree. So one we can calculate the DPA and DPB. So we can, this is 90 degree. So we can calculate the distance between A to B by taking the square root. So DPA square root plus DPB. Am I right? So now we can calculate the AB. Similarly, we can do for the vertical distance also. We can calculate the, what is the vertical distance between P to A and P to B. Then we can find out the vertical distance between A to B. And then we can take the ratio, then we will get the gradient. So first, can we write directly? So I'm going to calculate horizontal distance between P to A. What is the formula? K is cos square theta plus C cos theta. Am I right? Right. We are going to calculate distance between P to A, instrument at P and a stop at A. So we can write here K is given 100. This will be 0 because C is 0 into S. S we can write here 2.47 minus 1.36 into cos square 10 degree 32 second. So this distance we can calculate here, that we will get 107.3 meter. Now we can calculate vertical distance also. Also we can calculate the V. So that will be so now we can get the elevation. That will be, we can write the elevation. Also we can say elevation minus B, that is 19.95. What is R? What is the central reading? 1.1915. 1.1915. We are getting here 18.05 meter. Okay. Now, same operation we will do for the B. The distance between B to B, K is square, K is cos square theta plus into S. What is S for B? So 2.705 minus 1.605. 2.605 minus 1.0. 1.06. Five degree 6. What value are getting? This value is 162.7. 162.78. Now we can calculate the V. Yes. We are getting this value is 14.5. 14.521. Now we will develop a relation. Directly we can write elevation. Axis. B minus 1.885. So now we can calculate elevation. Elevation of A minus elevation. Right here, 18.066. And then we are getting 5.3. We can calculate the that we are getting 107.2. We are getting here 194.9. So now we have the vertical distance. We have the horizontal distance. Now we can calculate it. That will be equal to 1 in 36. So these are the few relation between the when the star is kept vertical. So how we can calculate the distance, horizontal distance between instrument station to the star. If you want to solve some numerical problem, then you can try this one. In this case, you have to calculate the STTR it is. Okay, but in this case, at one station, staff is paid vertical, another station staff is paid. So only what we will change, only change the formula. In the case of vertical, you know the formula, that is K is cos square theta plus C cos theta. In the case of normal, K is plus C cos theta plus R sin theta. Okay, so these are the few formula that you can use. So try to solve this question. Thank you for watching this lecture.